Good evening, everybody. And this has to show up. I love this song. Not this one. This one. That. I can do this at half speed, but not at full speed.
Клавіші фортепіано, спочатку білі грають в такт, а потім чорні як погано. На жаль, життя не до мажор, багато має чорних клавіш.
Yeah, I don't care if he claims my music or my screen.
Я йду на таран на гараж, там через перепони. Музика це мій двигун, якщо ти перегони. Мій караван пересікає кордони, які намалювала голова. Я йду на таран на гараж, там через перепони. Музика це мій двигун, якщо ти перегони. Мій караван повертатиметься додому, навіть коли його вже нема.
Dobie is really cool. Definitely, if you haven't heard his music, check him out. Dovi on YouTube. Very, very cool musician from Ukraine. Does a lot of collaborations with other Ukrainian artists. And I don't know, I just love his voice, love his music. And, you know, if you haven't, yeah, this is my weather. 22, 28, 4. That's Celsius, by the way. Switch accounts here. So, even has a Telegram channel that I'm subscribed to. Gives gives updates, talks to the listeners. You know, he only has 367 subscribers on his Telegram channel, but very, very interactive with his audience. Talked to him on several occasions. I can't wait to catch a performance of his live in Ukraine. Hey, Pyro. So, I was kind of unprepared to go live because I was waiting for Starsky to do his usual food talk before he ends the stream, but he was tired, so he went to bed. No food talk. It's like, we could dive into the news, but I got about 10 minutes before I usually start to go into that. Could talk about air alerts. There's only 2 right now. Mykolaiv. 3 hours, 55 minutes ago. Vosenki City. Sumy has been under air alert for 52 minutes. The rest of Ukraine is free of air alerts right now. Well, obviously, except Crimea, which is a constant air alert. 838 days of air alerts in Crimea. 1,088 days of air alert in Luhansk. So that leaves food. And, of course, the Easter campaign for Cars for Ukraine. We are at 4,023 euros and 69 cents. 69 dudes. Of course, the main campaign is doing extremely well for 41,974 euros, 450 donations, getting close to having the fourth of 20 trucks fundraised. Georgie and his crew coming on strong, starting up and taking over the number one spot with almost 12,000, an entire vehicle done by Georgie in essentially one day. Mercado Media hanging on to second place. Succumimus at third. And Renegade Chungus and Canty Luden hanging on to fourth place. 4,000 fourth place. So hopefully we're not down at 11th place when we get to 11,000. But that'd be cool being 11th place at 11,000. That means we would smash this fundraiser. Of course, Rick the Ukrainian, Silicon Curtain, Shills, PS01, Baba Yaga Fella, On the Edge, Rudy Acosta, ATP Geopolitics, Laser Pig, Eric, War Translated, and Tanya Fiona, all helping out with this fundraiser. Definitely a group effort. 17 of us all trying to get these trucks for ZCU. In particular, getting them for the Seraphims.
We are pilots of the Seraphims, a UAV strike company. We hunt everyday Russian invaders. Our FPV drones demolish occupants day and night. We scorch enemy's tanks and APCs. And we are there where we are most needed. And for all this, we desperately need your help and support. To purchase 10 pickups and 2 minivans.
Я старший лейтенант Сергій Костинський, командир ударної роти Серафима. І я звертаюся до команди Car for Ukraine, Бандеромобіль, а також до партнерів від ком'юніті на YouTube, в мережі X, в Інстаграмі, включаючи ATP Geopolitics, Eric Succumimus, War Translated, Pistol One, Andrew Mercado, Таня Іона, Rick the Ukrainian та інших міжнародних бійців на інформаційному полі з проханням долучитися та посприяти в зборі на автомобілі для нашої ударної роти.
Our lives and lives of Ukrainian civilians are highly dependent from your support.
Well, that is the Seraphims. 10 of these trucks are going to them along with 2 minivans to help them do their drone operations. Some of the other trucks going to Chimera, but the one we are working on, 16 pickups, 3 vans, and 1 cargo van. This is what we're trying to get together for the Army. Obviously, different purposes, different needs. But that's why we're here. If you're an American like me, unfortunately, we're stepping in to cover what our government failed at. And of course, the donor wall, Ukraine Matters, is literally taking over the donor wall, except for, a few blocks in here like ours. But yeah, Ukraine Matters is going ham fist on the donor wall. Excuse me 1 second. So let's keep our name up here in the donor wall. If you're able to, please do donate. The link is in the description below as well as pinned to the top of chat. BB is throwing it out there as well. So again, I thank you all for your support. And of course, we reached their next 1,000, which does mean I get to... Oh God, I'm going so gray. I shouldn't smell it before I do this. Oh, man. So, yeah, you know the phrase early birds get the worm? Well, early viewers get the horseradish. Oh. Oh, boy, I don't want to do this. I stir it up a little bit, get the good stuff down at the bottom, the nice juicy. Oh, it's burning my eyes. Oh, the criminy. Okay, I need to point this away from me, but I need to see how much I'm getting on the spoon because I don't want to overdo it and not be able to talk the rest of the stream. Okay. Oh my God, my eyes are tearing up. So, thank you for all the donations. Here's the 5,000 euro goal. Let's hope we can get that soon. Cheers. Ah, hot. This is better than getting my liver pickled, but not much. Oh. Don't breathe like that. It hurt. It burns more. I can't do. Okay, I'm trying not to drink, but I gotta drink soon. Okay, I gotta drink. Oh wait. Oh. Oh. Tabasco sauce? No, thank you. Oh, I gotta go back to. See this down here in the corner? 1 inch of snow Saturday. We're supposed to be 80, mid 80s tomorrow. And 1 inch of snow on Saturday. Crazy weather. Bit like my mouth. Hot as fuck today, cool tomorrow. And with that, let's go into the ZCU website. And you see tons and tons of stories here on their website from the recruits from the 1824 program, receiving their training, briefings from the generals, award ceremonies in Sumy, Russia lying about the strikes on energy facilities in Ukraine yesterday. And here is what I'm after: the operational information as of 8 a.m. March 27th regarding the Russian invasion. As always, we start. Oh, I have to take the whole thing down. So, with glory to Ukraine. Oh, I want this. I'm messing this up. I want that here, and I want that there. There we go. I don't know, for some reason I like doing this split screen. As always, they start the report with glory to Ukraine. The 1,128th day of the large-scale armed aggression by the Russian Federation against Ukraine has begun. Ukrainian defenders are steadfastly holding back the onslaught of the occupiers, inflicting significant losses on the enemy. In total, 224 clashes were recorded over the past day. That's a big jump up from the average over the last couple weeks. We've been averaging about 140 to 150 clashes. In the last couple days have been well over 200. Yesterday, the enemy launched one missile strike on the position of Ukrainian units and settlements, only using a single missile. Part of that's because, I got more on that for you later. They also launched 77 airstrikes, dropping 116 guided aerial bombs. Russia also carried out 6,743 artillery strikes, with 159 of those strikes being from MLRSs. And Russia also used 2,646 kamikaze drones to attack Ukrainian units and, civilians. Airstrikes were carried out near the settlements of Tura, Krasnopilia, Urody, Mikhailivska, Prokhody, Miropilsky in the Sumy region, Novopil in Donetsk, Komusuvyaka, Termivka, Kimiansky, Novoukrayinka, Primorsky, Stepnohorisk in Zaporizhia, and Novoalexandrivka in Kherson. Over the past day, the defense forces, aviation, missile forces, and artillery of Ukrainian army have destroyed 15 areas of concentration of personnel, a radar station, and an enemy artillery piece. I wish I could do that ventriloquist trick of talking while I have a mouthful of water right now. That would feel really good. In the Kharkiv direction, the enemy twice tried to break through the defense lines of our defenders towards Voschansk. Zooming in, Kharkiv is here, Voschansk is up here. Moving over to Kupiansk. 4 attacks by the invaders took place yesterday. Our defenders repelled the enemy assault actions near Grublivka and Zarozova. We know Zarozova is here, but Grublivka is a new one for me. Let's see if we can... Oh, Grublivka. The H is a G sound in Ukrainian, so it's not Hrivna, it's Grivna. Moving down to Liman direction. Liman is way down here. The enemy attacked 14 times. He tried to wedge into our defenses near the villages of Kopanki, Yampolivka. Oh, they're just all over the place here. Novoserivka, Nove, Kolodazny, and Novomikhailivka. Moving on from Liman to Servisk direction. Our soldiers successfully stopped 11 attacks in the areas of Bilogorivka, Vrukno-Kamiensky, and zooming in, way in, as far as the map will go, we finally see Ivano-Dorivka, this small settlement right here. Zooming back out and over to Kramatorsk, Liman, Sylvansk, Kramatorsk, Konstantinivka, and Chasiv Yar, the main cities we all know about. The invaders attacked 4 times in the areas of Chasiv Yar, Pretechny, and Bilohora. So, of course, Chasiv Yar, Pretechny, and again, zooming way in, this small town here of Bilogora. Moving to the south of Chasiv Yar to Toretsk. The enemy carried out 20 attacks in the areas of Toretsk, Dasheny, Krimsky, and Divlivka. There has been a lot of changes and a lot of things happening in Toretsk. But unfortunately, Deep State is deciding not to show those and just we're going to keep the map the way it is. I wish I could show you some of the things that have been going on. I tried to do that with the videos in the later part of the broadcast. But for now, we'll have to go over to Pokrovsk direction, where our defenders stopped 88 assaults. Wow. I think that's the highest number of assaults that we've seen in a single day in Pokrovsk. They attacked near the settlements of Alexandropol, Tarasivka, Elizavetivka, Lysivka. You have to zoom in for the next one. Novoukrayinka, just to the south of Pokrovsk itself. Gotine, Upensivka, Novoalexandrivka, Preobrazhenka, goes back to Pokrovsk, and Promin, Novosorhivka is here, In Vidrozenhenka, I'm not sure where that one is at. Nadizhenka? No. I thought maybe it was this settlement here, but I'm assuming it's in this area. Let's cheat a little bit. Go to Google Maps. I don't think that's it because Bakhmut's here and that's showing there. Bilohora, Konstantinivka. Mirolubivka, Prokrovsk. Well, let's just check the area where I think it is. I'm not seeing it there. Let me go back to Deep Space because I'm thinking maybe. Here we are. That seems like it might be it, but there's differences in the spelling. Vozdrivhenka, Vidrozhenka. That might be the town they're talking about. I'm going to assume it's this town here between Elizavetivka and Tarasivka. Okay, so I know where that one is now. Moving over to the Novopavlivska direction. Novopavlivska is here. And their front starts here. The enemy carried out 25 attacks in the direction of the settlements of Rozivle, Vesele, as well as near Constantinople and Skutine, which is here. Moving over to Huliopol. Dang it. Guliopol direction. Our defenders stopped 16 attacks in the areas of the settlement of Rivnopil, which is right here. Novosilka, which is right here. Previlne. I have to zoom in. Previlne. Volinipol. And Novopil. All sitting here on the border of Novopavlivska direction. Guliopol is down here. Heading over to Orhiv. The occupation forces stormed the positions of the defense forces 9 times in the settlements of Mala-Serbachka or Serbachku. It all depends on the spelling because the I is a different sound than the Y. But Mala-Serbachku, Lubkova, Sitirbaku, and Stepovoy. So, a little bit of back and forth, but, Orhiv is here. Serbachku settlements are here. Stepovoy and Lubkov are there. In the Dnieper direction, our defenders successfully stopped 2 enemy attacks. Heading down towards Kherson, Pridniprovsky, the settlement there. It doesn't say where the attacks take place, but we can assume it is in this general area. Russians trying to get positions on the Delta Islands at the mouth of the river. No signs of enemy formations have been detected in Volyn or Polizia directions. Ukrainian Defense Forces continued their operation in the Kursk region. Over the past day, the enemy has carried out 19 airstrikes, dropping 28 guided aerial bombs, and carried out 492 artillery shellings, 9 of which were from multiple launch rocket systems. Okay, my blind scrolling was pretty decent. And here is the Kursk direction, where Ukrainian defenders have stopped 25 assault actions by the invaders. Coming down here, let's have to scroll slowly. So we see there is only 6 vectors of attack in those areas. And I already forgot the number of attacks. 25 assault actions in those 6 areas. As you can see, there is fighting all along the border of the Sumy Oblast, even into Belgorod area of Russia. Ukrainian Defense Forces continue to inflict significant losses on the occupation forces in manpower and equipment, and are actively undermining the enemy's offensive potential in the rear. Goes into the losses for today. We'll cover that with the graphic. And we end the report with join the Defense Forces. Razom переможемо. Slava Ukraina. I'm going to make this full screen so we can keep an eye on the air alerts while I catch up with chat. Because, oh my God, you guys have been chatting. So Mertzi, first here, good to see you. Adam Rounds, Nura, Steve Sane listening in. Derpat, good evening. David N, Yo-Yo. Pyro Kurt, Linda H. Katie, good to see you. Lurking and working. Of course, Blonde Bombsheller. Oh, I'm losing. LJ, good to see you, LJ. Oh, a little mini vacation with the kiddos. Good to hear. Need time away from home. Stretch. Good to see you, Liam Wakefield. Blonde, if he wants to be a mod here, he can ask. I'd gladly give it to him. Oh, no worries, Liam. I know with the fundraisers, it's, extremely difficult right now. I'm on a budget myself. I get paid once a month, and the money never seems to last to um, the end of the month. And here we are on the 28th. But it looks like a couple more donations have come in. Well, I will check those in a minute when I get to caught up on chat, because I want to be caught up on chat. I hate ignoring you guys while I read through the operational update, but I have to, otherwise I'd get so distracted I'd never be able to finish it. Yeah, Tabasco sauce does not help cool it down. Blonde doing her Chungus impersonation. Okay. You want to see the lemon juice chug? You'd rather see that for the 5,000 mark than the. Well, let me just start a poll. What to do for 5K mark? Lemon, horseradish, other. Viewer choice. Well, there's a poll for you guys. We'll look into that when I get caught up with chat. Oh, now I got to go back and find the lemon juice comment. Oh God, am I that far behind still? Oh God, I am that far behind. Okay, wow. You guys been chatting up a storm. I am so sorry for being so far behind. Catch me up, Canty. I try. Yeah, please do hit the like. It does help the channel reach more people, and keeps me farther behind in chat too. Peanut butter and chocolate is never a bad thing. No, it's not. Reese's did a whole company that's based on peanut butter and chocolate. Black magic chocolates last night from your neighbor. Garden Gate for chocolates is a good trade, I think. I'll say Brissini. People say that milk or yogurt works best for burning mouth. Yeah, there's several theories out there. Sour, like lemon juice as well. Um, no, I'll sit here and enjoy the burn a little bit. You know, it's just like a nice little tingling burn at this point. Eat on the exercise bike and burn the calories off as you go. Uh, yeah, you better start using Mac there, Vlad. Not eating a full spoonful of horseradish. Oh, yeah. I don't know. Uh, but Vlad doesn't drink tea, vodka only. Yeah, ceasefire, uh-huh. Grumble, grumble. Bitch, whine, moan, complain. Wonder how many Chinese artillery shells are being used by Russia. I don't think they've had to ask the Chinese for shells yet because North Korea's been supplying a metric fuck ton of them. I'm not neglecting. I just have to. I know my limitations. I have to put blinders on and do the report. Otherwise, I'll be ooh shiny, ooh shiny. uh, is that why most of the internet is blocked in Russia, Vlad? Yeah, oh, shit. I'm in top chat too. Oh well, let me get to the end and then I can catch up. Indy Darkstar, great typing there, Indy. but I couldn't do that to Honey. Oh, speaking of Honey, wait, before I go, live chat instead of top chat. And I kind of got word that something's happening. And I may actually. Oh, come on, let me do this on the other screen. Thanks to Chungus, I may actually be getting my NAFO fella finally. I'm a B. I'm a B. uh, yeah, you should try reading with dyslexia. It's like constantly reading typos. So, as promised, we'll get back to just a quick refresh. Cute. Someone turned the 69 cents into 69 for 4,069 dudes with 70 donations. The next one's going to have to be 4,200, for the 420. And that would be Mitch Ashdown and Anonymous, as well as Adam Rounds. I'm guessing that's towards Chungus there, BB. So, Adam Rounds, Anonymous, or is it Anana Mouse? And Mitch Ashdown. So thank you guys for your donations. I do appreciate it very much, especially with the most difficult time for fundraising here at the end of the month. And of course, making sure all the Ukraine Matter donors get a taste of Chungus and myself as they're donating and filling up the donor wall. Well, we're pretty solid in fourth place for now. I know Rick Ukrainian's trying to wrap up a sniffing brigade fundraiser, and once that happens, Rick's crew will be coming on strong. So I'd like to see us keep up there. I definitely would. I mean, I'd love to say I'm not competitive, but I am. Back in, Horns, back in. So let's go back to the air raid map for the background. Come back over here to Telegram and Zelensky's channel. You know, Zelensky official. And all those people that tell you how to spell Zelensky. You know, his official Telegram channel spells it that way. If they're going to correct you, you correct them. Sorry, it's a very, very sore spot with me. He did not give a speech today because he was in so many meetings, interviews. I mean, we talk about Rick being the Energizer Bunny, you know, the Ukrainian Energizer Bunny, but you got to forgive the joke. Big things come in small packages. So we can forgive him for not having a address for us today. And we'll jump right to Canty's Center and give you guys a preview of some of the stuff to come as I scroll back to the beginning of the day. And unfortunately, yes, there is a lot of political stuff in here. Some not so political. And here we are at the beginning of the day. Yeah, I have to live with the autocorrect. My spelling otherwise would be atrocious. And I'm on PC, not on my phone. Last night, the enemy launched one Iskander missile. It was not shot down. 86 UAVs, 42 were shot down. 26 were lost due to electronic warfare and other means. As a result of the Russian attack, Kharkiv, Sumy, Dniprovsky, and Chernihiv regions were affected by the Russian attack. Dnipropetrovsk. I know many Ukrainians would love to change this name because that is not how it's said in Ukrainian, but that's how it is in the Constitution. And oh, that's what you guys are talking about. Okay. So yeah, a lot of Ukrainians would love to change the name here. Also with Kirnograd, Kyiv City is the head of Kyiv Oblast. Venetia City is the head of Venetia Oblast. If you look at the map for Kivnograd, there is no Kivnograd City. This was updated from a Russian spelling to a Ukrainian spelling. The city was, but the oblast name remains because that's what's in the Constitution. Same with Dnipropetrovsk. That is the Russian way of doing it. And of course, we all know the city's name is Dnipro. So, still de-Rustifying. But they are working on it. Oh, I did not mean to do that. I still think that's still hilarious to me. 4069. Anyways, getting back to Telegram, and I have to apologize. This is not Kharkiv tonight. This is Kharkiv last night. Here, I'll spell Zelensky's first name in chat for you. Unfortunately, that was Kharkiv last night. Mr. Rozyanchenko's visit to the Russian assault group by car. So much for that, Lotta. And, we've seen a lot of preparations for assaults from Ukrainians. Here's one from the Russian side as they prepare to go on an offensive against Ukrainian units. You'll notice a complete lack of any military vehicles. Yeah, can you imagine as an American sending our boys into an assault in Geo Metros? That is Russia. Unfortunately, Kherson today. Update from the 81st Brigade in the Service direction. Destruction of the occupiers in Serviski, and a nice bonus at the end in the form of another last kiss from Putin. I'll cut that off. I'm not saying they're bad cars, KKGG, but would you go into a combat situation with one? Okay, that's not fair coming in with a different name, Nick. Well, you guys are giving away a story I have later for you. And, oh, I did not kite that off quite soon enough. But there you go. There was Putin's last kiss for you. And somebody sent some more beans to Russia. In the city of Krasnogorsky in Chelyabinsk region. Domestic gas explosion occurred in a high-rise building. As a result, one Moscovite received a ticket to, well, I'm going to say hell. 3 others were injured. 33 people were evacuated from the building. Yeah, Russians eat more beans. Hey there, Cypher. Why are you moving on April 2nd? Andrew, you're not in America. You don't have to worry about Trump. Oh, wait, never mind. The picture almost says it all. Oh, however, the number of people killed in shelling of Kherson today has increased to 2. An ambulance crew that was evacuating a wounded man during the shelling also came under fire. The paramedic and the ambulance driver suffered blast injuries and contusions. All were hospitalized. You know, purposely going after the ambulances. Share the video. The world needs to see it. Crimes of the Russian army. Ukraine yesterday. Oh, hey there, Golby. An update from the operators of the primary unit of the Ministry of Defense. That's a weird translation. Yeah, that's a bad translation by Telegram. This is not the Russian Federation, but showing destruction of the Russian Federation of an enemy air defense, radar, logistics, and radar complexes in Crimea. Among the targets, a Kamaz, tugboat, several radar stations, a control unit, and even a Ginger. Why they gotta single out the redheads? I'm gonna run to the restroom while I play this video. Hope you enjoy. Yeah, it runs relative. Yeah, I need a little bit longer videos to be able to make a bathroom run. Ukrainian exchange fund is filling fast. 20 captured occupiers from Toretsk. They were lucky to survive, but most of their comrades still lie in the fields and plantations after unsuccessful assaults. Here's the video.
Командир взвода, старший лейтенант Аникеев Алексей Вадимович, 4 марта 1998 года рождения, город Иркутск.
Тузов Дмитрий Сергеевич, 23 мая 1984 года рождения, 20-й мотострелковый полк, 2-й мотострелковый батальон, 8-я мотострелковая рота, 2-й мотострелковый взвод, командир отделения, старший сержант, город Иркутск.
Я Воронков Илья Сергеевич, 05.05.2005 года рождения, 9-й бригады 1-го мотострелкового батальона 1-й штурмовой роты, рядовой стрелок, город Уссурийск.
Я Исанов Алексей Петрович, 12 октября 1976 года рождения, 9-й бригады 3-й штурмовой стрелок, водитель, прапорщик, город Томск.
Я Черных Григорий Владимирович, 16.03.1997 года рождения. 9-я бригада.
I think Nick's channeling his inner dark helmet.
Город Чита, Забайкальский край.
Я Сиротин Денис Андреевич, 24.09.2003 года рождения. 1-го СБ 2-й штурмовой роты, водитель стрелок рядовой, город Калачинск, Омская область.
Я Гумбетов Расим Пенахович, 27.08.1996 года рождения, 9-я бригада 1-й МСБ, стрелок, Республика Дагестан, город Дербент, село Великент.
Мирхаев Ренат Фахрудинович, 30 мая 1982 года рождения, 9-я бригада, 2 МСБ, рядовой стрелок, Челябинская область, город Коркино.
Hey Donald, don't forget to pack the Cheetos for Putin when you go visit him.
9-я бригада, 3-я рота.
Now your hair's not as orange as it used to be.
Саратов.
Я Рыбчанский Александр Сергеевич, 08.04.96 года рождения, 9-й бригады, 1-й штурмовой батальон, 3-й роты. Стрелок, водитель, город Тюмень.
Я Вардомский Станислав Николаевич, 23.09.1997 года рождения, 20-й полк, 2-й батальон, 8-я рота, 3-й взвод. Стрелок, ефрейтор, город Иркутск.
Я Минин Михаил Иванович, 9-го МСБ, 3-й роты, рядовой стрелок, водитель, Самарская область, город Сызрань.
Я Михайлов Данил Александрович, 23 декабря 2000 года рождения, 20-й мотострелковый полк, 2-й мотострелковый батальон, 8-я мотострелковая рота. Ефрейтор, Иркутск.
Я Черняков Никита Андреевич.
Okay, that's enough of that. That's just them talking for the rest of that. But I was using it to catch up with chat and see how you guys are doing. P3, I did miss while you're moving. I'll have to talk to you later about that, I guess. So gas pipeline side effects. What a lovely green glow of the lungs. Those Russians who survived artillery and drone strikes by the defense forces during Operation Trumpet in the Kursk region will most likely die from lung problems. Those orcs who were lucky not to die were hospitalized, and doctors don't know how to treat them. Sources describe the condition of their lungs as severe COVID, and it's unclear what to do about it. It is most likely that after walking 15 kilometers through a gas pipeline, the opponents were severely poisoned by methane, which affected them almost immediately. Yeah, don't smoke menthols. Don't smoke. I'll tell you that right now, this is the worst habit I've ever fell into. I wish I never did start smoking. But, yeah, take a look for yourself.
После трубы 4 дня и все равно легкие вот такие забиты.
Конечно. И мы с этим боремся. Это еще отсроченные последствия, еще неизвестно какие.
И одышка еще не присутствует именно из-за этого всего.
Разумеется, да.
Господи помилуй.
Вообще в целом излечиться.
А как это все очистить?
Первый раз такое.
А.
Это вообще в мире первый раз.
А потом некоторые уже будут рассказывать, что они трубу прошли. Вот кто прошел трубу, вот у них вот такие легкие сейчас. И последствия еще какие будут.
То есть это вот такие легкие.
А покажи теперь хорошие, нормальные легкие. Нормального человека покажи.
Ну, да, вот.
А вот.
Сейчас это покажем легкие.
Вот легкие обычного человека, у которого чуть-чуть была пневмония.
Ну, она...
Просто вот, какая разница это? Господи помилуй. Дай Бог.
See all those little holes in his lungs? Yeah, boy's messed up. Unfortunately, Poltava was attacked by Shaheeds. Some neighborhoods of the city are without electricity after the attack. There was a hit. It doesn't really say much, but here's the video that we have.
О, ёбнуло. Сейчас звук найдет. Где звук? Ебать его в рот, блядь.
Not much to see, but a lot to hear. Director's version of the bombing of the bridges of those places in Russia.
of violence. I am a vessel of invincibility. I cannot leave this undecided, stepping down to battle another day. Remember me for all time. This determination is a vital part of me. Surrender. Now will be counted with the endless masses that I will defeat. Come on, bring it. Don't sing it. Better believe it. Broken down till your whole past died. Beat down till the victory is mine. Stand up and show me some pride. And now you're in.
So Ukraine, because of the ceasefire talks, have switched from attacking oil refineries to attacking Russian logistics via bridges and other transit points in Russia. You know, Ukrainians definitely had a plan for what's happening. And, well, this guy getting taken out. There is a real basis to believe that we are their achievement. Well. You know, come to, like as Starsky was saying on his stream about this earlier, come to Ukraine with a rifle. This is what happens. Come to Ukraine with open arms. And well, I showed you what happens while I was there. I'll show you again this fall. There was a series of videos with this saying. This is the only one I could show. But someone had said there are real grounds to believe that the Russian armed forces will finish off Ukrainians. So this is their reply to that person in Russia.
That's the sound of the beast. That's the sound of the police. That's the sound of the beast. That's the sound of the police. That's the sound of the beast. That's the sound of the police. That's the sound of the
As Jim Carrey would say, smoking. Oh, and I have to play this because, well, Macron is based.
Car la première garantie de sécurité pour l'Ukraine de demain, une fois la paix signée,
The first guarantee of Ukraine's security. I have to slow him down. I can't read that
et
fast.
de résister éventuellement à de nouvelles attaques de l'armée russe.
Well, let me start this over.
Car la première
The
garantie
first guarantee of Ukraine's security tomorrow, after peace is signed, will be to have a reliable army that can deter any new aggression and resist any new attacks by the Russian army.
éventuellement à de nouvelles attaques de l'armée russe. Et
Our first goal is to allow Ukraine to maintain the situation at the front now, and secondly, to repel
maintenir la
aggression.
situation sur le terrain et de résister à l'agression russe, mais aussi de
But at the
construire
same
les
time, to
éléments
bring closer
crédibles
the
de cette
prospects
paix durable
for a
que nous
lasting
appelons de nos
peace
vœux,
that we all
quelle que
want to
soit
see.
l'évolution des discussions.
Whatever
Nous
the
avons
outcome
toutes
of
ces dernières
negotiations, in the last few weeks. As I said, we have been in constant contact with Zelensky. I have also been in almost daily contact with Trump, and we have been working very closely with our British partners with whom we have been working hard hand in hand, as well as with our main European partners who will be with us tomorrow. I want to be very clear, Russia can't have a say in the support we give and will give to Ukraine, and can't dictate the terms for that lasting peace. Because Ukraine's sovereignty and the security of all of Europe are at stake. Ukraine deserves peace, and as I saw you here that evening in December 2019 in the discussion with President Putin and Chancellor Merkel, I saw how hard you are fighting to preserve that peace. I will not allow history to be rewritten by anyone. There is only one aggressor. There is only one resistance fighter. The aggressor is Russia. The resistor is you. Europeans and Americans have no choice but to honor their history, international law, and their own security. That's the speech that you kind of sort of have to read between the lines. But you can tell a good portion of that speech was directed at Trump. You know, honoring international law, honoring our histories.
In the last 25 years, since President Putin became, first of all, Prime Minister in 1999, so we're on year 26 now, I suppose, the present count is 190 deals that he has broken. The most important ones in terms of Ukraine are Minsk I and Minsk II, which arose after 2014. The biggest one of all, I suppose, was 1994, the Budapest Memorandum, which is when Ukraine gave up its nuclear weapons that it had inherited from the old Soviet Union, and Ukraine was the one country that could have used them. Ukraine had the expertise. They could have had their own nuclear force that would have worked if they'd chosen to, but they gave it up in 1994 in return for security guarantees from, guess who? Russia, America, and Britain.
And Trump thinks he's going to honor this deal or whatever deal he makes with Putin. 190 deals Putin has, well, thrown out the window. This is Michael Clark, military analyst and professor, from the accent, I'm guessing, in the UK. The final version of the agreement on minerals from the U.S. has not yet been received. The Americans are constantly changing this. Quoting Zelensky, "We are acting with restraint. We are not nervous. We want to look at it. It is important that Ukraine is for cooperation with the U.S., so we are acting constructively every day." I'll come back to that as we go to Russia. Welcomes a peaceful resolution to the conflict in Ukraine, but not at our expense, says Putin.
Товарищ главнокомандующий военно-морским флотом, стапельный период строительства атомного подводного крейсера «Пермь» завершен. Корабль к спуску на воду готов.
Товарищ Верховный Главнокомандующий Вооруженными силами Российской Федерации, атомный подводный крейсер «Пермь» к спуску на воду готов. Разрешите начать движение? Разрешаю.
Стапель на ход.
And, Okay. That had no relevance on what this article is writing about, but Russia is for resolving the conflict by peaceful means, but on condition that the root causes are eliminated. Well, the root cause is an independent Ukraine. Russia does not understand with whom to sign anything in Ukraine since other leaders will come tomorrow. So they're not a autocracy, they're not a dictatorship, so you're making a deal with a president so you don't have to honor the deal. Is that it? And of course, the Kyiv regime is not legitimate. The only one that's not legitimate is you, Putin. Of course, you all know the definition of a word that means illegitimate son. Yeah, I just don't know why they attached the launching of a submarine to this story. It just doesn't make sense. I'm deleting this. I don't want to see that again. A new draft sent by the U.S. on the mineral deal with Ukraine is highly unfavorable, warns MP Zalizniak. Close. According to him, 5 people, three from the U.S. will have veto power. Will control all resources, including oil and gas. The agreement applies nationwide. Profits go abroad, and any changes require U.S. approval. Meanwhile, no security guarantees are included. Zeleznik urges changes as the document is not yet approved. Control by a 5-member board. 3 are from the U.S., and the U.S. has veto power. Covers all minerals, oil, gas, new and existing deposits across Ukraine. Extraction by both state and private companies. Profits will be converted into foreign currency and transferred abroad. So it doesn't even prop up the Ukrainian hryvnia. U.S. contribution, past aid since 2022. What do you call somebody who gives you something and asks you to buy it? Pay for it. Oh, here, I don't need this shirt. Hey, remember that shirt I gave you? Can I get $20 for that? You owe me $20 for that shirt I gave you. The U.S. will receive royalties first, plus 4%, and then Ukraine gets money. No expiration date. So this would put Ukrainians basically in slavery to the U.S. forever. U.S. has priority rights on building new infrastructure and can veto sales to other nations. And no security guarantees. Yeah, a bad deal. Not a good deal. I think this new mineral deal is designed in such a way that Ukraine must find it unacceptable, giving Trump the option to say, I tried for peace and Ukraine is the obstacle. I could see that. But no, I think it's just greed. Trump is treating American government like it's a business. It's there to make money. Governments are not supposed to make money. Governments are supposed to provide services to its population. And to do that, extract money from the population to pay for those services. That's what taxes are meant to do. Yeah, this is not a good deal. It's Ukraine's resources, for one. They should have majority of the board. Literally, the U.S. is throwing money at it, and that's it. Covering all minerals, okay, fine, whatever. Extraction by both state and private companies, okay, fine, whatever. That's not a big deal. Profits need to be converted to a foreign currency and transferred abroad. That's a huge deal. All this does is prop up that foreign currency. It doesn't help Ukrainian currency at all. Yeah, this is a horrible part of the deal. If all the sales were in hryvnia, that would prop up the Ukrainian economy and the buying power of Ukrainians. This is literally so inflationary for Ukraine. It'd be horrific. Not right away, but 5-10 years down the road. Yeah. And this is just asinine. You don't give somebody a gift and then ask them to pay for it. This is why everybody hated those Hare Krishners at the airports that give you a flower and then demand $20 for that little flower. You don't give somebody something and then say, oh, you need to pay for that. That's just a fucked up way to do shit. That'd be like me doing the stream and then demanding everybody give me $5 at the end of it because you watched the stream already. You have to pay. Yeah, it doesn't. Basically, this part is bullshit too, because they're talking about splitting the money 50-50, but US gets 4% extra. How's that a 50-50 split? And if the profits have to be converted into a foreign currency, that means Ukraine has to constantly sit there and buy foreign currency to receive their profits from their own minerals. This is complete subjugation of the Ukrainian economy to whatever foreign currency they decide it would be. Yeah, no expiration date, no end. This is literally a contract to be indentured servitude to the U.S. forever for Ukraine. That is a no-go. First right of refusal, okay. But they can veto, this part of that deal is so fucked up. the U.S. is asking for first right of refusal on contracts to build infrastructure, and then giving veto power over offering that to other nations. So the U.S. can sit there and say, no, I don't want to build that. Canada comes in and says, we'll do that for you for this price. U.S. can say, no, you're not going to use Canada. That's no good. This part, okay, fine. This part, no veto. And of course, no security guarantees. Ukraine continues to strike bridges in Russia. Sorry, I like watching them go boom. And, you know, the best defense is a good offense. You know who said that? Mel, the cook on Alice. Extra points to whoever in chat can name where that comes from. Outcome of Ingalls attack that happened 3 days ago. You know, the big one with the huge fires and like half the town getting blast damage. 96 cruise missiles were destroyed as a result of the strike. The destroyed missiles were to be used for 3 missile strikes on Ukraine. So this is 96 cruise missiles that Ukrainian air defense doesn't have to shoot down because one drone hit its target. Yeah, it was all minerals. I could care less that it's all minerals. You know, I could care less that it's extraction by state and private companies. The 5-member board, okay, but it's Ukrainian minerals. They need to have majority. I can get that. I can get behind that. But this, it's a hard no. That right there is fucking ridiculous. Okay, imagine this. You are making these crosses and selling them for 10 hryvnia. The U.S. gets 5 of it plus 4%, which means they get 6 of it and you get 4. But for you to get your money, for you to get your hryvnia, you have to buy the U.S. dollar amount back from the U.S. It's ridiculous. Oh yeah, it's a freaking horrible deal. This amounts to nothing more than, in my opinion, extortion, protection racket. I hope Ukraine does not sign it. Eisenstein. Oh, that tells you who this is. Here you go. 7.5 minutes of Мадяр.
Працює народне оптоволокно. Кожна одна штурмуюча броньована одиниця техніки хробаків, оснащена ребами, сітками, мангалами, оббита гумою, але перш за все обвішана ребами. Увага на дах! Лупити її на ходу звичайним FPV можливо, але значно важче зберегти керованість дрона та картинку, ніж застосовуючи дрон на оптоволокні. Тугомаш! Єбав би тя п'яний титов! Реби пох танк зупинено. Ну тепер спокійно спалити. Пада, сука! Добрий захід, де діло? Крило веде спостереження. А от і початок руйнівних процесів. О, жовта вода з ствола поперла, то сеча на башту тисне. Шукає витоку. Трохи терпіння. Чакабоні! Хвилеподібні конвульсії танчика. Він же не у грі. Але зміст тут в тому, що хробачі штурмові наміри на моменті змінюються докорінно пілотами 414-ї завдяки переоснащеним народним оптоволокном дрону. Вартістю 1/4 ціни Мавіка. Воно того варте за нарощуванням застосування опто, збільшення украти знищеної хробачої техніки та хробачні. Ще один танчелла. Поцілований. Дивіться, які трали пхав перед собою. Це приблуда для зняття мін, що ми нічними докторами розкидуємо. Ну, та й... То тричі довелося його вжарити. Аж нарешті... Детонюрин, єбуть ті хмари. Тяга. Бажаю міцного. По дрону у кожну хробачу макітру. Проект Йодей птахів Мадяра. Зведення за 3 доби, що минули. 24, 25 та 26 березня. Виключно Донбас. Без КНР, БНР. Невтомно повторюватиму про основний пріоритет. Жива сила противника. Ось така повзуча чи штурмуюча. Бов. І більше воно не стрільне, і села сусіднього не займе. Кожного дня чпокання піхоти. Ось такої. Пенс, версія без блюру, тільки у Телеграмі. То ви нам дорогі підписники, бан всюди сущий. Це має стати пріоритетом кожного екіпажу Сил оборони України. О, воєвака типовий почув дрона, кидає автомата і тікай. То останні миті. Дупана паздіря. Так то зовні було. Заховався кробак. Жало усе бачить. І прицільно завершує той квест. Бігаючи, повзаючи, на броні ганяючи чи на буханцях. Жодного з них сюди не запрошували. Без виключень. Тому кожну хробачу макітру. Що там у хлівові? Викурили з хліву. Пав, біжить хробачня в кущі. Допрацюй в кущах, допрацюй. Того мальчика в трусиках. Декотрі з чорноротих, називайте мені у коментах як хочете, мені пахую, ми робимо свою роботу. Наразі за 26 діб березня 1352 йоблика відспівано. Цілий за березень вже 4375 одиниць. Це Донбас плюс БНР. То є у середньому 52 хробака щодоби. І по одній цілі кожні 8,5 хвилин березня. Короткотермінова задача – рота на добу. 100 щодня. Тоді вони видохнуться. Якщо кожен з пілотів Сил оборони України розділить такі наші пріоритети, буде діло. Статистика відпрацювань за 3 доби по Донбасу. 369 унікальних цілей знищено, уражено пілотами птахів Мадяра. За той самий проміжок на БНР знищено та уражено 116 унікальних цілей. Особливості операції на БНР не дозволяють мені показувати вам в'йо оперативно, як я це роблю з Донбасу. Тому що територія чутлива, інформація теж. Але все покажемо з часом, то є очевидним. І так, на Донбасі протягом 3 вище зазначених діб здійснено 1867 бойових вильотів. FPV застосовувалося 557 раз. 333 ураження нанесено нічними бомберами. Мавіки бригадні у повітря підіймалися 936 раз. 24 вильота робили винищувачі. Розвідники за ті 3 доби розвідали, зафіксували та дорозвідали 264 унікальних цілі. Дистанційне мінування проводилося 152 серії, гуманітарних місій 10. 369 унікальних цілей за 3 доби, як я вже казав, 106 особин особового складу хробаків. Чутливих цілей сумарно 77. Гарматок було 4, танчиків 4, що говорить про помірний тиск саме технікою хробаків. Але от ночні йоблики, укриття, ББМ, БМП 6 за 3 дня, різної іншої техніки 47 одиниць. Такий собі ритм, відрізняється він від того, що ми зараз робимо на БНР, але тримаючи темп, впевнено перетнемо за березень відмітку 5000 уражених, знищених ворожих цілей та понад 1500 йобликів. Залишився всього якийсь тиждень, там підведемо. Зараз дивитися лише епізоди з оперативки, відпрацювань 24-26 березня. В тій якості, що маємо, вибачайте, але завжди майте свіжу інформацію. Купол, Покровськ, Херсон працювали на повну силу. Покровську 137 дронів виявлено, 103 ворожих дрона знищено. В Херсоні активність була менша, 52 дрона FPV виявлено. То хробаче крило, якоюсь назвою забув. Теж було гепнуто над Донбасом. 52 дрона над Херсоном виявлено, 36 з них знищено. Така ось статистика вам тихої та спокійної. Очі та жало, хробачий жах. Честь.
Yeah, it is being sent against the Ukrainians as well. Let me get the report. And to be specific, 2,646 drones a day being sent against Ukrainians. But I was kind of distracted. I was looking for, well, Mick Riley said he needs something I can't mention. I think Robin Williams said it best in Good Morning Vietnam. Oh.
You're in more dire need of a blowjob than any white man in history.
I think that sums it up quite well. And we're seeing air alerts become active. Donetsk, Kharkiv, Sumy. But yeah, I think Robin Williams said it best there. Translation's not working again. Telegram needs to work on their translation part. For 2 years now, we have been secretly fighting along the front lines. It's time to tell about ourselves. The left bank and islands in the Dnieper in the Kherson region, the forest belts of Zaporizhia, the cities and villages of Kharkiv, the forests and the fields of Kursk, the steppes and ravines of Donetsk. Excuse me. Revenge of the horseradish. The steppes and ravines of the Donetsk region, our soldiers perform combat and special missions in the hottest spots of the war. This is video from 104th. Excuse me, 144th.
Курщина.
Night, KK.
Донеччина.
Yeah, Stretch, that was Good Morning Vietnam.
Робимо те, що вміємо найкраще. Долучайся до нашої зграї. Підписуйся на наші сторінки в Instagram та Facebook.
So, interesting way to announce themselves. And unfortunately, that is the last video I have for you tonight. Watch that one. North Korea sends 3,000 more troops, new artillery, and ammunition to Russia. North Korea sent 3,000 troops to Russia in January and February to take part in the war against Ukraine, South Korea reported. I love, DPRK. You know what this stands for? The Democratic People's Republic of Korea. I love how dictators always claim to be democratic peoples, something or other. Also supplied Russia with missiles, artillery, including 170 millimeter howitzers, 220 units of 240 millimeter rocket launchers, and other ammunition. We saw yesterday the train full of artillery, mobile artillery units from Korea being in Crimea, headed towards the front yesterday. Just amazing that they let this stuff go on. And unfortunately, nothing new has come out of this channel, but I've been going through more and more of it.
Так часто стала звучати фраза «люди втомилися від війни». Дорогі люди, відпочиньте. Ми не втомилися і захистимо ваш відпочинок. Для вас війни немає, але ви все одно втомилися від неї. Не переживайте. Тут, де війни немає, ми, ідіоти, які могли відкупитися або звалити в іншу країну, захистимо ваш відпочинок.
Okay, I'm gonna back this one up for a second.
Ми не втомилися і захистимо ваш відпочинок. Для вас війни немає, але ви...
You can barely see it for like a frame. Right there. I wonder whose truck that is.
Але ви все одно
It's a sniffing brigade truck, but I can't tell which one.
Тут, де війни немає, ми, ідіоти, які могли відкупитися або звалити в іншу країну, захистимо ваш відпочинок. Ми не вміємо втомлюватись. І не потрібно турбуватися про хлопців, які тут. Адже ви не просили вас захищати. Ви взагалі не розумієте, за кого ми тут воюємо. Але це не важливо. Адже ви втомилися. Відпочивайте.
Night, Nunu. So, just a cool little Telegram channel for the individual soldiers to place videos. I've been checking it out, and yeah, just cool stuff. So here we are at the end of the stream. We are at 4,069 euros with 70 donations. It would have been even cooler if we could have got that before the 70th donation. But this, So before we call it a night, go through and thank all of you who have donated. Mitch, Anonymous, Adam Rounds, BB, Nunu, Steve Sane, Christy Olson, Anonymous, Kevin Christmas, Blonde Bombsheller, Mitch Ashdown, Steve Sane, Steve Sane, Steve Sane, Steve Sane. Yeah, you're really making Chungus drink that prune juice. Brian Rawson, Steve Sane, Mitch Ashdown, Nunu, Darlene Patton, Adam Rounds, Kevin Burgess, Steve Sane, Ozzy T, Blonde Bombsheller, Anonymous, Linda Hayes, Steve Sane, Nikki Hill, David N, Liam Wakefield, LJ Boone, Adam Rounds, Liam Wakefield again, Linda Smallbones, Big Bad Goose, Betty Wright, Mitch Riley, Kathy Sumner, Linda Hayes, Salt of the Red Earth, Paige Barrows, Blonde Bombsheller, Anonymous, Steve Sane again, Mitch Ashdown, Christy Olson, Linda Hayes, A. Morris. I'm not sure who that is, but I believe that's Ozzy T again. Blonde Bombsheller again. Steve Sane again. Darlene Patton again. Anonymous. LJ Boone. Mitch Ashdown. Fred Bear. Blonde Bombsheller again. Linda Hayes, Steve Sane, Heather W., Bev Groves, Linda Smallbones again, another Anonymous, Linda Hayes, Michael Robinson, Steve Sane, Spider Fate Fella, Blonde Bombsheller, Anana Mouse with the big donation, and this weird guy called Canty Luden. Oh, it's grumbly, Derpat. My stomach is very grumbly. Steve Insane. Yeah. Yeah, Derpat. It was just I'm not sure it was really prune juice, but that's what he's saying it was for YouTube reasons. But yeah, Chungus was doing shots of prune juice and eating hot pickles. And there's one other thing that we need to look at is for the 5K mark, lemons, 36%, horseradish, 18%, other viewer's choice is got the lead of 46% of you guys want something else. I'm going to end the poll and ask you guys, what do you have in store for me? What's normal? Oh, is Jaeger? Yeah. So for the 5,000 mark, so you want me to do ice cream? Yeah, but sugar-free ice cream tastes like ass. So what's the challenge you guys got for me for 5,000? Oh hell no, I'm not doing bacon eggs Ukraine. I got bacon and eggs here. So I need ideas. So if we can't get one in chat, put your idea in the comment below after the stream, and we'll come back and look at it tomorrow and see who has the most thumbs up for. Okay, I never even heard of that in neuro. You have to realize I am deep rural South Dakota. You know, Mitchell, this is the closest Walmart for me. This is an hour drive away for me. So it has to be something I can get a hold of. I can't get a hold of surstrumming here and ordering it shipped here. If you want me to do surstrumming, it's going to have to be like a 6,000 mark instead of 5,000. Because drumming. Yeah. A can for me to get it is $38.79. $70 on Etsy. Yeah, here's the thing that with the surstrumming. Keep chilled. $50 on eBay. It's crazy expensive for me to get a hold of here. Scandinavian online store, $40. This is not a cheap challenge unless you go to Scandinavia to buy these there. And they're supposed to be kept cold, not sitting in someone's backpack for days to the point where the can becomes a ball. So I hate to say this, but I'd rather spend money on something else than this, because I could donate that $40 to the campaign rather than spend it on a small little tin of pickled fish. No. And like I said, it's something I need to reasonably be able to get a hold of. Like, I can't even get a cider where I'm at down here. I have to go 2 hours to Sioux Falls, and there they don't even have good cider. They have okay cider. For me to get good cider, I have to go all the way to, well, Merck's. I have to go visit Merck to get good cider. Sauerkraut juice? I have my own sauerkraut. I can do sauerkraut juice. So, yeah, I'll be looking for suggestions in the comments of this video. And again, subject to what I can find for a reasonable amount of money. Under $20, spending $40 on a can of surströmming. I'd rather donate that money to the fundraiser itself than spend that much money for basically the size of a tuna can. Wasabi? Okay. I'm going full cam for this. Jilk. I haven't met anything I haven't really liked to eat, so. I love going to buffets to experience new foods. Don't know what to tell you after that. I'll try anything once. Durian fruit? Or was the spelling of that? Yeah. Mm-hmm. $25 at Walmart. So yeah, I suppose I could get it. I forgot the name of them, but there's these fruits in England. They have to be rotten. They have to look rotten to be edible. But they taste so good. So I mean, it visually it's unappealing, but I like them. I just can't remember the name right now. I don't know. I'll see what the suggestions are later, and I'll hunt down what I can find. But you guys like the expensive shit. I can't afford some of this stuff. You know, $20 for a couple slices of fruit. There's a reason I have apple trees, so I don't have to pay what apples cost in America. Yeah, give you an idea. Where's Parkston at? This is my closest food store. Not much of a food store. It's very basic stuff. That's a 20-minute drive one way. Yeah, you want to see what where's, oh, I shouldn't show that. That's, I want to see what it's like where I'm at. Yeah. Very brown right now. I cannot wait for the green to come back. I miss having green. Yeah, I am in a food desert. I mean, you guys got to come up with something that's a challenge, not because it's expensive though. Ooh, escargot, yeah, that'd be a nice meal. But again, not cheap. Why are you guys I mean, that's not bad. That's $6 at Walmart. That's doable. Okay. If that comes up, yeah, that's doable. But like I said, it's going to be contingent on what I can get a hold of and what I can afford. Let's go. So I'm set to the right one. Not available at my store. Not available. Only 8 left. Oh, fuck you. Yeah, all this would need to be shipped in. But, you know, that's not too bad. So there might be some lag time on getting these because of the shipping. but that's doable. I've had escargot before. You have to realize I grew up in Buffalo, like right across the way from Quebec. You know, there was a point in my life I could speak better French than Quebecist. Quebecois. I forgot what the name for Quebecians is. So yeah, this is an intersection I go to quite often. There you get to see some green. But yeah, this is basically the view out of my car as I'm driving most of the time. Fairly flat, a few trees, mostly farm fields. But oh. Where did I put my phone? There's my phone. Come on, let me do this. So LJ, I'm going to cheat and I'm going to send you a picture if I can find Discord on my phone. There it is. So my cheating way of sending myself pictures is I send them to Discord. So yeah, it's very flat, but we do get very, very beautiful sunsets. Anyways, that is it for me today. I'll look in the comments below. And again, I will say, keep it reasonable and cheap. You know, I don't have much money, and spending my entire food budget on a single item is a bit scary. With that, I say good night. Thanks for coming to the stream. Thank you for... You mean reopen the piercing I already have? Or what? Yeah, ear piercing, come on. Hell no. Anyways, put your suggestions in the comments below after the stream, and we'll let chat and the comments decide. Of course, I am retaining veto power for anything that's too expensive or self-harming. And I have to be able to buy it here. Have a good night. Thank you for hitting the like, sharing the video, and riding along with me. Have a good night. Stay safe, everybody, and keep supporting Ukraine. Yeah, LJ, my ear's already pierced. I just have to reopen the hole, so that's not really a challenge. Jill, you have to come catch the snails. Good night, everybody.